All right, here we are, fired up again. And what are you fired up about today? What got you up, excited to be in your day? And if there isn't anything, then I am going to give you some ideas about living life from a different place. So draw your essence down into your body, put your hands on your heart, and just allow yourself first of all, feel this body, this amazing temple in which you live, where you get to indulge yourself in who you are, how you are, when you are, and from that place of deep knowing. Hi Meg, hey Lorene, hey Tina, Trina, nice to see you. All right, so from that place of knowing yourself, what gets you up in the morning? You know, I get excited to come and do this. But the thing that gets me most excited every morning is that I do a journey. I start my day quite leisurely, actually. I send out birthday cards, and then I do a little Duolingo so that I can learn Spanish, and then I do a shamanic journey. And I set my tone for the day, tapped in to my spirit guides, and I ask them sometimes, show me what I need to know. And with that, like today, I'll tell you what happened in my journey. So in my journey, I'm on this beautiful ledge, and coming out from the ledge is this sweeping bridge. And there's all kinds of people on that bridge. But I'm on the next step up, and those people start building a ramp. And they build themselves a ramp to get to that place that I am. And as I'm turning this way to watch them, my guide, and I'm journeying with Jesus just now, says, look the other direction. And I turn and I look this way, and there's a beautiful hill. And on that hill is a beautiful blanket. And so I go up and I sit on that blanket. And people come and take a little something off the blanket. I don't notice what it is. It's not for me, it's for them. But they come and they get what they need. And I believe that holding the space for that, sitting on that hill, sitting on that blanket of bounty for everyone, that you can come and get what you need, and then you can do what's next in your life. So I'm done complying. I've never been very good at it anyway. And in August, it'll be 25 years since I quit my day job, because I knew that there was more for my clients if we took a beach walk, if we sat and we had a cup of tea, if we actually did something together. Hi Brenda, good to see you. So because of the limitations of being a psychotherapist in an agency, I was allowed to see you for 50 minutes, and then we're done, and then see you next week. And that doesn't work for me. So I stopped. And now, if you're here with me now, I'm going to invite you to a solstice gathering right here with me on June the 18th. So if you want information about that, just put solstice underneath and I'll send you the information. Because it's time. I believe it's time for women to come together. I don't have anything against men. I kind of like them. But it's time for women to come together. We are the creators of the world. And when you own that, when you go, I create my reality. I create my reality. So I'll give you a little story. So it's 2008, maybe it's 2009. I've been going to Bali every year and spending a month there for 4 years. But that year, I had no money. And I was about to lose my house in the city. So I asked Spirit, where do you want me? And over and over and over, every time I asked, I saw the same vision. Well, the first time I saw it, I sort of hung on to it because it was a vision I could really get into. Hi, Michael. So, this vision, I saw myself up on a deck. I saw myself looking out over water. I saw land out there and the sun going down on the other side of the land. I liked that vision. So I hung on to that vision. And every time I asked, my house is going into a foreclosure, where do you want me? I was shown the same thing. So I started to look for that. I started to look for up, water, a little skiff of land, and the sun going down. 5 months. It took me 5 months of holding on to that vision, of asking, where do you want me? Of continuing to look, of never giving up. 5 months. And I kept looking for that vision. I kept seeking that vision. I had no idea that there was a place called Tulalip, first of all. Second of all, I had no idea that there was a Tulalip Bay. So now if you search me on Google Earth, you'll see my little bay, and it even says Shamanweaver out in there. Hey, Kay, nice to see you. So never give up. Don't comply. You know, how many people go from having a house in the city to having a beach house? And for a while, I had both. Because I rely on my spiritual guidance. I knew that there was more for my clients, my psychotherapy clients, than just talking about their old wounds. I knew there was healing the old wounds. I knew that there's finding your passion and sharing your joy. That's my idea of what the hell are we doing here? So when you get a vision, keep looking for your vision. Create your own reality. You know, most people go from foreclosure to bankruptcy to pity parties. Not me. So, there's a solstice gathering on the 18th, right here, where you can be in my vision. Because don't comply. And if you want to know the address and all that jazz and the information, put solstice in the comments and I'll give them to you. So, here we are, suffering through foreclosure. And the whole while, I have a beach house and I have a city house. And I designed exactly, and in the middle of it all, I'm in screaming pain because I needed a hip replacement. But I decided, I'm spiritual, I can heal myself. And then I couldn't. So in the middle of all of that, people would ask me, how are you? And I would say, I'm awesome, thanks. And I kept claiming it, 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 and I claimed it some more. Because no one can tell you who you are or how you are. So claim awesome. Claim amazing. I'm amazing, thanks. How are you? Allow that frequency to permeate every cell of your body. Don't comply. Don't be complacent. Love one another. Do something nice for yourself and share it with your neighbors. You know, the idea of having hanging baskets and creating beautiful environments, your neighbors appreciate that. They might not say anything, or they might. You might just strike up a conversation with someone else. Because when we heal our old wounds, find our passion, and share our joy, well then we come out of the grand conundrum with love and raising the frequency above. So let's do that. Grab your drums, grab your rattles. At solstice, bring your drums, bring your rattles. We're going to take a beach walk. I checked. It's going to be perfect for that. So, come and drum the sun down. I've given myself a challenge to figure out how to, for the sun drumming down bit, how to be on Zoom. So those of you who are too far away can still join us. And if you have never drummed the sun down, oh, it is such an exhilarating, amazing feeling to stand there and you think your arm is going to drop right off, because the sun is a tricky thing. It starts like this, see right here, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes really fast. And then this last bit, oh, it takes a long time. But what you appreciate is you appreciate all those people who stood every day as the sun went down and celebrated their lives. I'm not really a sunrise girl, but there were those people who were there at the sunrise and drummed the sun up. So figure out what's important to you. Stop and give it a moment. And then make that your guiding light. You know, I say I'm going to show up at 12:30. And then it's like 12:37. I messed up my tea. And then I'm thinking, you know, I'm not one of those people who could do the time card thing. I'm not one of those people who can comply. I was always pushing the envelope. So get to know yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're somebody who's good with the time clock thing or not. It doesn't matter. It's none of my business. Just claim who you are and share that. Because honestly, when you start to share who you are, what's going to happen is other people are going to go, oh, you're like me. And you're going to have community. Because that's what community means. Cum unity used to be what it meant, what it said. And cum is with, and unity, well, we know that that's being together, right? So with togetherness. But when you turn it into community, nobody knows what that is. They have done a lot of bad things with words and taken the meaning right out of them. So with unity, because all of our hearts, every single solitary one of them, radiates out 360 degrees. So who are you? I claim love myself. I'm love. And I'm raising the vibe to love and above. Because what's going on in the world makes my heart hurt. So I'm going to do something about it. And this is the something I can do about it. Now, all of you have unique and special gifts that you can do. Maybe your thing is like putting out a basket of beautiful flowers. Maybe your thing is making cookies and going around the neighborhood and giving everyone one. Find how you share your love. Because when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, at the end of your life, all you have is love. Everything else, disintegrates. Everything else. All that's left of us is our bones and our teeth. Isn't that fascinating? And do you know what they can tell out of your teeth? They can tell what your diet was, where you lived. It's amazing. Find out what you love and do more of that. I love archaeology. So I've been watching Egypt Unexplained Files. It's amazing what's under the ground. It's amazing what we hide from ourselves. So do some deep diving today. Don't waste another minute. Do some deep diving into what do I love? Find more of that. You don't need to ferret around and what don't I love? What makes my heart sing? And when you find those things, do more. All right, let's drum. Raising the vibe to love and above. And I gave myself permission years ago not to comply. To go beyond, to expand the horizons, expand my experience. And here I am, almost 25 years later, from having quit my day job with not a clue, no clue. I just went, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. There's more hurt here in my heart than there is happiness. And that's a good time to take stock and know, what do I stand for? Well, I stand for people healing old wounds, finding their passions and sharing their joys. But if all I was doing was talking about the same wounding over and over and over again, that wasn't fulfilling my mission. So I quit right after my first vision quest. All right, so let's bring it home on that happy note. And if you want to know about solstice, put solstice down there. It's going to be on June the 18th. All right, here we go. So if you're suffering from all that pollen, get a drum. Actually, later on this month, I'm doing a wild retreat, and we're all going to make a drum. And what I found with the drum is that resonance just clears any fog that I have. So if I'm stuck writing a post, or if I'm stuck not knowing how to connect with someone or something, I pick up my drum and I drum. It shakes things up, it frees things up, and it allows me to move forward in a way that I couldn't otherwise, because I would still be stuck. But when we do something like rattle that shakes it up as well. Those two things are disruptors. And so for yourself, you can disrupt for yourself. If you find yourself going down this rabbit hole of wondering, why did I do that? Well, first of all, do yourself a huge favor. And if you start to question why to yourself or someone else, realize that what you're going to get is a bunch of excuses, rationalizations, and reasons. And so don't ask yourself that. Ask yourself a much better question. The much better question is, what will I do differently next time? And from that, you've given yourself grace to actually learn something, do it over again. Okay, let's give away some love. Energize your hands. Touch yourself. Yeah. Now really stop for a moment and take a breath and feel. You can feel your collarbone. You can feel your ribs. You can feel your flesh. Take a moment. And now I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely. Give it away, give it away, give it away. To give, accept, big old bowls with your hands, and embrace all that the universe has for me. One last time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. Namaste, aho, bliss, and in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. I hope you find something useful in this, and I hope that every day you remember that you get to shift the vibe to love and above just by smiling at people, just by remembering that I love you. Imagine this, if every person you encountered, thanks for all that love, every person you encountered today, you were just like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Think about that. So put that in your heart and know that I do love you. Have a fabulous rest of your day.